Perfect. Okay, let's get started. Welcome, everybody. I am Jayna Dyer from Ottawa, Kansas, and I'm going to take the next 15 or 20 minutes to share with you a little bit about Zingular. This is called Meet Zingular, our Zingular Opportunity Zoom that we do at least a couple times a month. So, like I was saying before, as you're going through this, grab a piece of paper or your phone notes and be thinking like, who can join me on this journey? Who do I know that I would want to partner with and travel the world with and have fun with, or who is sharp and busy and business minded? And it seems like the busier people are, the better people do over here, because most everybody that's doing Zingular is doing it around their careers and around their um, full-time jobs, or however it works in your nooks and crannies. We've got nurses, we've got people that are stay-at-home moms, we have teachers from all walks of life, you guys. And normally people that become brand partners fall in love with our products and just want to share and create what's called recurring income, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So in the chat section, I want you guys to just comment, we already commented where you're from and your favorite products, but maybe just like who invited you? Who invited you to the Zoom? That would be amazing. And so, Tennessee from Texas, thank you so much for running this Zoom tonight. And we'll just go ahead, and if you want to let me share the screen, I think actually you said I could do that already. So here we go. And this is opportunity knocking. And so tonight, what we're going to do, Zingular is actually on a mission to support weight management, healthy blood sugar levels. And tonight, we're actually going to focus on, how we can solve the problem of drained bank accounts. Anybody, like, raise your hand if, somebody, and it's too much month at the end of the money. So that's kind of what we're going to focus on tonight. But a little bit about Zingular, which is what we're going to do here, is we're going to share a little bit about why Zingular and why now, what you would do if you would decide to become a brand partner, how you would be getting paid, and how to get started. And then we're going to hear some testimonies, and why Zingular. So Zingular's been around for 14 years now. We are a rock solid company that was debt free in month 3 of business. And this is actually my 5th company. And I was in the industry in my early 20s for about 7 years. And I got out of the industry and went back full time as a dental hygienist. And the reason I got out of it is because, there always seemed to be a piece of the puzzle missing. They were great companies that I partnered with, and I learned a lot. But in order for me to, take a look at this, it had to check all the boxes. And Zingular checked all the boxes for me. And what I mean by that is, here's some boxes that I wanted checked after being in the industry already for 7 years. Is, it had to have a solid foundation of the people that were running the company and the owners of the company. That is so important, you guys. And it checked that box because our owner, I've got his number that I could, call up. Our owner is a legend in our industry. He's been in our industry for 53 years, and he's like got so many awards on the Direct Selling Association. He started out 53 years ago as a distributor, where we are, where people start out. And so he's just worked his way up, and he knows all the elements of the whole, what it means to know what's best for us. And another thing about Zingular is they always think long term. We don't want to be a fly in the pan, here today, gone tomorrow. They always they always do what's in our best interest for our brand partners long term. And we've been solving problems. People have been coming to Zingular to help them solve their problems when it comes to weight management, general health, and something that is really hot in the marketplace right now that I'm going to, talk about here in a little bit. But so that's a little bit about Zingular and why now. And the next thing I want to share is, I just covered this. We answer the marketplace with award-winning products. And we have award-winning products because wouldn't you agree? Raise your hand if you think this is true. We live in a drive-through society where people want instant results, like if they want to feel it right now. Well, that's what's special about Singular. And what I usually say when people ask, well, what's the difference between Singular and other things? And one of the things is we've got several impact products, not all of them, but several impact products that you can literally feel within 45 minutes. And people like that, whether it's sleeping with anxiety, whether it's energy, whatever that is. We answer to the marketplace with award-winning products. Here's an example. Our probiotic, if you haven't tried your probiotic, that is like a staple, that is like everyday non-negotiable. Because your gut, everything stems from your gut. And I love that Singular addresses the root cause of so many things. But our probiotic won Best Probiotic in 2022 out of, listen to this, 1,100 submissions. So that's just one award-winning product. Trim Sticks is another one. It won Best Weight Management Weight Loss Product a few years ago out of, I think, like 400 submissions. But Singular does it right. We do it right. And all our labs are FDA approved. They have to go through third-party testing to make sure all the ingredients are in there. And we have a great company, you guys, because we have a great product. We have great products. And currently we're capitalizing on the current trend, which, if you guys haven't heard, anybody know anybody that's doing the shot? According to the World Health Organization, by 2030, nearly half of US adults will be overweight. 650 million adults, 340 million teenagers, and 39 million children. And what breaks my heart is the teenagers and children. Just because, I mean, have you walked through the aisles at Walmart lately? It's like crazy. Or looked at the ingredients, that half the ingredients are like outlawed in other countries. It wreaks havoc on our bodies. And so we have an answer to that. And that's what Singular wants to address. And the boom in GLP-1 products, what I mean by GLP-1 products is any product that helps your body produce the GLP-1 hormone, or some people are getting it synthetically injected through Ozempic, Mounjaro. That's what this shot does, is it synthetically injects the GLP-1 product. It's a hormone that tells your body you're hungry, that tells you you're not hungry, that tells you you're full. And the global GLP-1 receptor agonist market, that means things that are going to, increase your GLP-1 market. It's going to grow at a rate of 6.09% from 2022 to 2032. It is expected, listen to this, you guys, to reach 24.2 billion by 2032. These GLP-1 agonists. I don't need 24.2 billion. I just need a little piece of that pie. And Singular is totally on top of that. When they launched GLP-X in February, you guys, we sold out of 6 months of product in literally like 14 days. Talk about, taking something to the market that people want. It's the first of its kind. Did you know that GLP-X is trademarked by Singular and cannot be bought anywhere else? It is backed by clinical trials, and GLP-1 increased by 22% in clinical trials on specific ingredients. There's no prescriptions needed. It's very cost effective. We think everyone should have the opportunity to put their health first, not just the affluent. And there's obviously a global need. The health and wellness industry, specifically GLP-1 agonists, will continue to be the forefront of the market and partner with a company who's leading the way in innovation. So that product has been a game changer. In the comment section, I want you to comment if you've gotten a result on the product. I'm not going to type, but I can just say, my husband is down 20 pounds since they launched this product in February. He started consistently taking the Gut Collective back in October and got his gut healthy, because that's where the hormone is made. And whether you can feel a difference or not, that is like the place you want to nurture for this GLP-1 hormone to grow. and so many other things too. But he's the biggest foodie. Like here, I knew something was up when we went out to a restaurant and he got a to-go box for his food. I'm like, we've been married 29 years. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? You've never like gotten a to-go box. You've always finished your meal. So here's just some results that people have gotten. And again, would love to hear your comments. Also helps with water retention and just an overall feeling of goodness. Like my mother-in-law, she says, I mean, um, she's down pounds and inches, but she goes, Jayna, I just feel really good. Like I just feel good. So would love to see your results if you have any in the comment section. GLPX, it's been a game changer and it's been an amazing addition to our line. So how you get started with Zingular. You grab an affiliate link for $49.95. And this is what you get, you guys. You get a marketing department, you get a shipping department, you get product development with scientists, doctors, and researchers. You get a legal team, and you get an executive team that knows what they're doing. And they do payroll and pay all this commissions and everything for $49.95 a year. I mean, it's almost like I wish it cost more because I mean, hello, go downtown and try to start a brick and mortar business. And the only overhead, you guys, is you have to use and consume about 3 to 4 products yourself. You're going to keep the lights on in your business. So you're going to end up investing in your health, consuming products around $200 to $250. We use a lot more product than that, I'm just going to say. But I mean, you can't even put a sign up if you were to open a business downtown. And it's just crazy that that's all you need to get paid. Subscribe and save. We have a great like rewards program. People like that. And it's, you know, kind of like a punch card, you know, you shop here so many times, you know, you get free products. So I love it that Zingular has that too. And I also love it that this was a big sell. This was another one of those checkbox marks when I got started. Was yeah, the compensation plan and the product. But if somebody doesn't like it, they have 45 days on their first purchase to return it. So guess what? Nobody could get hurt. None of my friends and family could get hurt. If they didn't like it, it went back, empty bottle policy, and they could get their money back. So again, that was another check mark. And I'll be sharing the other check marks here in a little bit. So anyway, not really a check mark, but it was a big reason that I said yes. Hey, travel is my hot button. We live on a ranch. We rodeo lifestyle, and the only place we ever traveled was horse, truck, and trailer. Love that lifestyle, but I wanted my kids to see the world and be able to experience different cultures. And in the very bottom right, that's my daughter and I in Dubai. Hey, I had to look on the map to even see where Dubai is. And so Zingular has an amazing travel for just even getting started, like entry level. And I'm going to turn it over to one of my friends, Stacy Roke. And Tennessee, hopefully you've like unmuted her, but Stacy is a former school teacher from Iowa and just the sweetest soul. And yes, she's had great results on the products, but she's going to bypass that tonight. And she's just going to share a little bit about her travel experiences. So Stacy, do you want to share?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jayna. I appreciate that. And as Jayna shared, you know, I'm a farm wife. I am a teacher of 33 years. I was able to actually retire before my retirement benefits would kick in. So I'm thankful for Zingular. And what I love about the travel, I never knew that was never a hot button for me. That was never, you know, something that I was looking to do. But at the time I joined Zingular, I was also caring for my mom. And so travel was like non-existent, except if it was a truck and trailer and my kids were in high school rodeo. So travel was not a thing for me. But I ended up being blessed with, you know, 3 trips within my first like 3 years. And so it's not just, you know, all of the seasoned long-term partners that actually can earn the trips. But what I was so fascinated by was I had never been treated so well. Like we had phone calls and messages, you know, finding out just what city we'd fly out of, mileage number, and my husband and I didn't have a passport. We now have our passports. But Singular takes care of it all. And actually, when you step off the airplane and you're out there, they have a sign with your name on it. Hey, and I know that sounds really hokey, but that was like a big deal for my husband and I, because we were like, that's for us, and they took care of everything. We didn't have to deal with any airlines, you know, wait, ticket waiting or anything like that. It was all done for us. And actually, when I came in, I ended up taking both of my trips, one in June and one in August, that I had earned within my first 2 years, because I was caring for my mom. And, we were in hospice at this time, and I had to kind of adjust to be able to go outside of the school year. But Singular worked with me, and they gave me that opportunity. Anyway, we went to Sundance in June, and then again in August. And the reason was they were flip-flopping it. So those are the two that's the only place I've been. And we also earned a cruise, that because of COVID, I was not able to go on. But, you know, Sundance, I can't say enough about that, because what was really exciting is that my husband had Robert Redford come over and put his hand on his shoulder and ask him how he loved his place. And for my husband, that was a super big deal. And that was actually on our anniversary. So that was like my anniversary gift to him, is taking him on this free trip. And that was very cool to me. But Dubai, I wouldn't even have first clue where that is, Jayna. I'm right there with you. And Bora Bora, I just thought that was a picture that people had up on their screensaver. Didn't even know that was really something that would be attainable. And they have a bucket list trip every year. Anybody, like any level in the company, can go to the Dominican Republic or the Cabo or Puerto Vallarta, Cancun. I think one of the trips, I think, was to Panama in the past, but every January the company takes anybody, any level, just because you help others earn an income, and that's how you get there. So just to know that that's an option that's available is phenomenal.
I love that. Thank you so much, Stacy. Hey, and guess what? The qualification period for the next Caribbean trip or someplace warm. Stacy's right. Every year, entry level people, brand new, have the opportunity to earn an all expense paid trip, literally 6 days, someplace warm, either the first or second week in January. And again, it's 5-star resort. I think the only expense we had was I bought some food at the airport, and that's it, and parking at the airport. So anyway, I know I'm talking a lot about travel just because it's my hot button, but in the comment section, I would love for you guys to share one place you would love to go. So anyway, let's move on now. Okay, here was another thing that had to check the box. So with the other companies I did, I worked really hard, and I never really thought that I made enough money to justify it. I mean, I could go to work as a dental hygienist and make pretty good money. So one of the things that attracted me to Singular is the compensation plan. And I don't know if you've ever done another company before, but there's not a lot of hoops and loops to jump through to get paid, which is pretty crazy. And so you have what's called rapid rewards. That's what you earn when people order their first month in levels 1 through 4. And there's no hoops and loops to jump through to get paid on all of those levels except ordering for yourself. The second way is residual income, which is called recurring income. People ask me, well, how much did you make your first month? 14 years ago. I don't know. I still have people that ordered with me 14 years ago that still order today because our products are just that good. And so you get paid when people reorder also. I love the industry. I love jewelry. I love Pampered Chef. But how many pieces of jewelry do you need? Or if you buy something from Pampered Chef, you're not going to need a new one in a long time. But this is a consumable product, which is, pretty cool, which is something you want to look at when you're, trying to decide on creating an additional income. So again, start your business for $49.95, and that's annually. And we kind of already covered some of those there. They also have like a bonus at the end of every month that always covers our mortgage, land payments, and a couple other things as well. In dental hygiene, I got a bonus once a year. And with Singular, you have a chance to get a bonus every single month, starting at entry levels. So we give you step-by-step instructions on how to get the word out about your, whoops, let me go back here. Oh, it's not going to cooperate. Sorry about that, guys. Let's let it keep going here. So people ask, can I do this and will you help me? And the answer is yes. You're going to have access to word tracks that work. Listen, we don't drag, hard sell, or convince anybody over here. We're just the messengers that are exposing people to what we have, and they decide how they want to be a part of it, whether it's a couple products, whether it's a bundle, whether it's to be a brand partner, customer, whatever. So we have word tracks that are proven to help you do that. So you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, what do I say? What do I do? What do I say? What do I send to people? We have marketing tools to take you out of the picture that you don't have to be the expert. You don't have to know everything. You can send a video or some graphics, or, start a chat with whoever got you started, and they can fill them in, and you can just learn. And we have time management tips because everybody's busy, and we have support systems for launching as well. And then we also have a social media content for your first 10 days, because a lot of people are like, well, what do I post? What do I post? And it's not to be salesy, like, hey, I'm selling Singular, anybody want to buy? Totally not like that. It's attraction marketing where you create curiosity and have them reach out to you. So those are just, a little bit, that's like Reader's Digest version of what we do. So testimonials, I'm going to stop the share here. And I think you guys can see me. Can you see me, Stacy? Okay, I guess I can't see myself. Doesn't matter. So testimonials, the lady that was going to share had something come up and couldn't share, but I don't think I've really even shared my story yet. So I just told you where I was from. I'm a former dental hygienist. When I got started, my kids were 7 and 11, and my plate was so full I had no room to put anything else because they were in activities. I helped my husband ranch. We were gone to sporting activities literally every weekend, working full time. And when my friend called me, I was actually up about 8 pounds, and I got started on the products. She called me about the business. She said, Jayna, you need to take a look at this business. It's going to be big. She knew I valued health. And I got started, and you guys, prior to getting started, I know we're not talking about products, but it is part of my story. I was the tired, crabby mom that would come home from work and literally want to check out physically, mentally, and emotionally. Raise your hand if you can relate to that. And that first day, I was like, oh my gosh, the clouds parted. I got my happy back. I got my spark back. When mom's happy, everybody's happy. And when you feel good, you can be a better mom, wife, employee, whatever God's called you to be. And here's the thing. My husband got a result too, and I got a pretty significant result. I thought, oh my gosh, we have a winner. Even though I told my friend, no, thank you. I don't want to do the business. Hey, I'm an opportunist. And I was watching her have a crazier life than me with 7 kids, small kids, and running 2 businesses. And she was making about $2,000 a month on the side. And I thought, okay, if she could do it in that chaos, then I can too. And, really, the pot of gold at the end of my rainbow was just like $2,000 a month, and around my busy, crazy life. And it took me a year being coachable to do that. And I worked Singular alongside my dental hygiene career for 5 years. And it wasn't until my income was literally twice as much as what the dentist was taking home that I was like, okay, it's costing me money to be a dental hygienist. So I'm coming home full time. And it's since grown from there. And you guys, I'm not saying that to brag, but I do want you to know what the potential to earn here is. And where else can you go to earn twice as much as the doctor on a part-time basis? By consistently working hard and being coachable and teachable. And so, if you decide to join us, just trust the process and be coachable and teachable. And another thing, I'm so excited. 2 months, yeah. beginning of October, you guys have a great opportunity to come see our business. Hands down, like see, feel, touch the business. We have our annual conference in Dallas, um, October 4th and 5th. It's a Friday, Saturday. And even just come for a fun girls trip. Bring somebody with you just to check us out. You're going to be inspired. And I promise you, you won't leave. Even if you decide, hey, this is not for me, you're still going to be blessed. And just be around normal, average, ordinary people that have done extraordinary things. And that's the only reason my income is there. It's the equivalent to how many other people I've helped either put money in their pocket or helped get healthy. I love doing both. So Stacy, really quick before we sign off here, do you want to just share some things that Singular you've been able to pay for with Singular?
Actually, I'd love to. And when I say that God totally blessed me and brought Singular into my life, it was at a time we needed it the most. When I first started, I was overseeing the care of my mom, and nursing homes are not cheap. And there was a lot of months that did have some coming in, but her nursing home insurance had run out. And so Singular helped fill that gap. And honestly, I was a complete accident by even coming in and deciding to do this. The gal that shared with me, she said, Stacy, you're one of the least selfish people I've ever met. And she goes, it would be very selfish of you if you're feeling this good to not share it. And I thought on that and I was like, she's right. And I was just going to share just enough just to get my products paid for. And then it just kind of dominoed. And therefore it went on to help fill in the gaps of helping care for my mom every month. And because a teacher married to a farmer, we don't make a lot of money and I don't get a bonus. You were talking a bonus once a year. I don't get a bonus. The only bonus I've ever gotten is from Singular, but it's gone on to help me pay for my daughter's college. So she did not graduate with so much debt. And then in COVID, we were able to make a down payment on a barn for my son and daughter's horses. So, it really grew into something. And there again, it was just because I was consistent. I show up and I care about people and I care about sharing, helping people find what's going to work best for them. And if you lead with your heart, you can't ever go wrong. So,
Stacy, I'm so proud of you and just the person that you have become over the last several years and the leader that you are and the heart that you have and what you give. I'm blessed and the company's blessed. So thank you very much for sharing tonight. And thank you all for being on. And the next step is get back with the person that invited you and we'll give you the next step. It's all about just the next step and the next step and the next step. And you don't have to know it all, just, what the next step is. So thank you for joining us and have an amazing night. And thank you, Tennessee, for running the back part.